back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Liv, and in this vlog we are going to be exploring Charleston together. So this is going to be a little bit different of a format than my typical vlogs or reading vlogs. You could almost call this like a mini vlog, but I am doing an intro and an outro to give you my thoughts on these books I've been reading. But what sparked my whole idea for this video in general is I have a friend that is actually here in the States from Germany that I met about 8 or 10 years ago, and she has not been in the States for forever. I have not seen her in 8 years, and she is coming to the States to visit, and I've been showing her around the area where I live. But this weekend I am going to kind of show her around Charleston. We're gonna go to the beach, and it's gonna be a very short trip, but I thought it would be a super fun opportunity to take you guys along with me. That being said, most of the clips you see are going to be probably a big type of montage, but the funniest, most coincidental part about this vlog is I am currently reading 2 books right now, and they both take place in Charleston, of all places. The first one being The Match by Sarah Adams, the second being The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. These books definitely could not be more different, but they both take place in Charleston. So I'm not only reading 1 book, but 2 books that are set in the exact place that I'm about to go. So I thought it would be fun to read these books in this vlog. I'm probably just going to give you more of like a book review on them, but this is just going to be a whole vibe reading these while in Charleston, because while I've been to Charleston before, I live about 3.5 hours away. It has been quite a while. So I'm excited to get the full effect, the full atmosphere while I read these books. I've been sitting on this book for quite a while now because I started it for a readathon. I never finished it. I'm only 50 pages in. Southern Book Club, I am about 100 pages into this one, and it's a very slow burn. This one, I'm already feeling a 5-star. This one, I'm unsure of, because we all know Grady Hendrix can just go off the rails and be crazy with his books. So I'm going to be reading these 2 around the time that you see all this vlog footage, but I thought it would just be fun to do a little bit of a montage just to remember this trip by, but also it'd be fun to take you guys along, because if you've never been to Charleston, it is beautiful. If I had the money, I would definitely live there. I am so excited. It has been about 3 or 4 years since I've been to Charleston. Charleston is absolutely stunning. I am so excited to share this vlog with you guys, so let's just go ahead and hit the beach.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. The 2 of us, we don't have to stop. Baby, let's go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I want you to myself. We can stay in hotels, just living off the edge. Only good times ahead.
We did it. Even though our stuff got washed up on the beach. At least some kind person saved our stuff though. Yep. Most of it. My wallet's wet, but that's it. So, check. Check.
Of our egrets here, and the very large white birds with yellow beaks, those are called great egrets.
watching us stroll the streets of Charleston. There is so much history there and so much to uncover. You definitely cannot explore Charleston just in one afternoon, but I feel like my friend got a good taste of all that there is to offer around that area. There are so many good things to eat. One of my favorite things to do is a walking ghost tour. It's very historical. They do it at night. We did not get to do that, but if you're ever looking for more Charleston recommendations, please let me know. I try to do a good job of labeling everything that we did, so if you have any more questions, definitely let me know. Magnolia, Plantation, and Garden is definitely not one you could spend just an afternoon in. You probably want to plan for a whole day, and the most exciting thing to me was probably the wildlife exhibit where you saw me pet some goat and some deer. There was like peacocks running around. It was such a pleasant surprise because I didn't know that was something that they offered there, and I would love to go back and do the house tour. That is one thing that we did not get to do, so I definitely recommend going there if you are in the area because it is stunning, but definitely try to pack a whole day in for the different tours where you can see everything. Also definitely recommend going more into fall when it's cooler out, especially if you're going to be walking around. But I thought I would share with you guys my thoughts on these books that I finished, and I will start with The Match by Sarah Adams because I have a lot more to say about the other one. This book, I believe, was Sarah Adams' first ever book. I think it was published before the Off Limits rule, but what I loved about this is you kind of get a feel for the actual people that live in Charleston. A lot of the families have a lot of money, and it was the same case for Evie's parents in this book. Not everyone acts like her parents did. Her parents were awful to her. They set these big expectations, but if you don't know anything about this book, it's about our main character Evie, who struggles with epilepsy, and she has a dog that takes care of her, but she also works at a company where she helps people who have needs get set up with service dogs. And so one day there is a man, a single dad, who comes in and he is trying to get his daughter set up with a dog. I won't spoil it, but there's definitely a little twist in the beginning that I loved, that I thought was so heartfelt. Sarah Adams is just such a feel-good author for me, but the representation in this book was phenomenal because even though it's not something I struggle with myself, I feel like we definitely got some good descriptions of the mentality that people go through when they have seizures and different things like that, and it was such a sweet story. I loved it so much. An easy 5 stars for me. Probably won't top When in Rome, but I feel like at this point any book I read from her is going to be an instant 5 stars. The next book, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. If that isn't a title, I don't know what is. But oh boy, I have a lot to say on this one. First of all, I think this may be my least favorite from Grady Hendrix. There is almost every single trigger warning you can imagine in this book. But the biggest thing that I did love is, I kid you not, you guys, I was reading this and there was a name drop of the university that I went to here in South Carolina, and I was blown away because it is such a small Christian kind of conservative school that I was just flabbergasted when he name dropped my university in here. Not only that, I kept reading and he mentioned the same exact street that we drove on and where our hotel was at. Like, are you actually kidding me right now? I was like, Grady Hendrix, are you in my head or in my life? Because that just blew me out of the water. I mean, I knew this was going to be set in Charleston, but no way did I expect the name drop of my school as well as the exact street, and several streets even, that we even walked along or drove on. It was insane. That was like absolutely crazy to me. The reason this one might be my least favorite of his is because there was a lot less shocking moments than his other books. It was definitely a roller coaster of not a lot happening the first 150 pages, then something crazy happens. I definitely have a fear of rats now. That was just absolutely repulsive. There was also a moment at the end that was very Jeffrey Dahmer. Ugh. I cannot get the visuals out of my head. I just don't think that I'm a vampire girly. Like, I thought I was in regards to like romantasy. When it comes to vampire horror, this just, no. I just don't think I can do it. And there's just a lot of crazy, insane things that happen, but I would definitely look up trigger warnings. It was extremely unsettling. There was funny moments for sure. This book was the darkest, I think, of Grady Hendrix that I've read. I would highly recommend looking up the trigger warnings. I'm not going to tell you everything because I'm always scared of spoiling things for people, but please look up the triggers for this one because there was a lot that caught me off guard, and especially for the time period. I think this was in the 70s that this was set in. I think I'm going to settle on a 3 or 3.5 rating. I think the thing that made me most furious with this book is the men not believing their wives. They literally just shirked off the fact that they thought that there was a man that was doing awful things to children. They didn't investigate it, they didn't look into it. It irked me quite a bit, but also, like I said, the pacing was a little bit off where there wasn't a lot happening, and I was like, okay, are we actually going to get any action in this? I didn't really relate to the main character Patricia, but other than that, it was a very entertaining time. It felt about 100 pages too long, but I'm glad I finally read it because now I've read all of Grady's books. This was enjoyable, but I don't think it'll be my favorite one from him. Well, friends, I think we have come to the end of this video, but I hope you enjoyed this different type of format where I give you a little bit more of a book review. It was definitely more fun for me to walk the streets of where these books were taking place because it just felt like such a vibe as I was finishing the books when I got back from the trip. I could easily like watch back a video or envision the exact street that these authors were talking about, and it was such a good time. I highly recommend if you're ever traveling somewhere to find a book that takes place in the city you're going to. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.